So I'm not going to make this up. What I was talking about in class was an English philosopher named John Stuart Mill. And he wrote this book on liberty, I believe, in 1859. I teach freedom of the press, and this is one of the texts that we use because it established the foundation stones for liberty in the United States. His general principle is that the only time a person or a government would interfere with the liberty of another person is to prevent harm to others, but not to protect that person from something that we think might harm them, or because we think it might be better for them to do it. And when I was sitting in Faculty Senate, this smoking ban came up. As I understand it, it prevents smoking anywhere on campus, including in cars passing through the campus, including people walking around outside, chewing on tobacco. It even banned smokeless tobacco.
Yeah, exactly.
Which there were a lot of students there opposed to it. Eventually it passed. There are very few votes in Faculty Senate. So it was interesting that there was a vote at all. But, you know, maybe 20 were in favor and 12 or 13 were opposed. I felt that it was an interference with the liberty of students because a faculty committee felt it was something that they shouldn't do because they might hurt themselves. And that violates John Stuart Mill's principle. Now, if they want to ban, and it has been banned, smoking in restaurants, inside buildings, and offices, that's justified because the secondhand smoke might hurt other people. But if you're alone in your car driving through campus, the only person who could be hurt by that is you. And that's not a reason to interfere with somebody's liberty. There used to be a kind of paternalism in universities where the students were considered children and the university was supposed to take care of them while they were away from home. That's pretty much died, but this was a very paternalistic rule. It applies to everybody, including the people who work here, but of course most of the people here are students. So I was against it just on grounds of liberty. I think a lot of very good, well-meaning people are opposed to smoking. I'm not a smoker myself. But they've taken their campaign to a point where it interferes with some of the basic principles of American life. I think their fundamental problem is they have been unable to get cigarettes and tobacco banned in the country. So instead of getting it banned, they're trying to make it very difficult for people to use the product. And this Faculty Senate thing seemed to me to be entirely symbolic. It was like the campus saying, we're really, really opposed to tobacco. And here's the proof. We've banned it everywhere.